So, I've always been a really messy person when it comes to my bedroom, and I decided to try to fix that at least as much as I could. Now, some of this is new mess that I've brought out of my closet to sort. I've got a bag for Value Village, and I'm making some piles to try on, that sort of thing. So that wasn't messy before, but everything that's on the ground was messy before. And I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, I have a lot of stuff, including a box of hand sanitizer that I started picking up and collecting during the pandemic. I kind of, every time I would see it, I would grab one container. I wasn't taking all of it. I didn't want to take from people who needed it, but I had this fear of running out. So I've got that. I've got boxes for shipping birthday gifts to nieces and nephews. And then I've got just stuff piled on my dresser, including Tylenol and vitamins and that sort of thing there. I've got just piles of boxes. I've got a pile of stuff to hem and mend. And then my closet, which, the hanging stuff is pretty good, but the bins over there aren't so much, and the floor definitely not so much, and my bookshelf definitely not so much. But I've come to the conclusion that I have way too many clothes, and I think I figured out why. I've been definitely overweight and obese for pretty much my entire life. I was the first grader who was the big first grader, and it's been, ever since then. And when I was a kid and a teenager, I couldn't find clothes. It was very difficult for me to find any clothes. Certainly couldn't find women's clothes when I was a teenager. I wore men's pants. Now, I like that style better. I've always been a, cargo pockets kind of, and men's t-shirts. I don't like women's cuts. I don't like fancy. I don't like florals. Definitely more men's clothing, but it's been very hard for me to find clothes. And when I do, I buy 2 of every color, because at first it was the novelty, and then I think it was just I've got this fear that I'm not going to find anymore again. Because I can go months and months without seeing anything in my size. And that's a separate issue that's probably tied to the clothes hoarding. But I just have two drawers of short sleeve t-shirts. Bottom drawer there is long sleeve. I have a pile of t-shirts there. I've got a couple on top of there. And then in my closet, I've got a bin of t-shirts in there. And I've got a bunch of jeans. I wear 2 of those pairs of pants. And the plaid shirts up there I actually do wear in the fall and the winter, so those I'm not worried about. And the scrubs I'm not worried about, and the bras I'm not worried about, but I think I need to get over it, and it's easier and easier to find clothes. So I need to purge stuff and stop keeping the 2 sizes too small, but I'm hoping to fit into someday clothes, and just get new if and when that ever happens. So, I tell myself this every year or twice a year, and I get rid of 2 or 3 bags of stuff I send to Value Village, but it's time to do that again. I've got a bag started, and I'm sure my goal is to fill 3 bags by tomorrow of stuff. Not necessarily just clothes, but of stuff and clothes to take tomorrow. Or if they're not open tomorrow, on Monday. And honestly, 3 bags, I probably will hardly notice a difference. But it hopefully will give me a bit more space to put the things, the hand sanitizer on a shelf, the vitamins in like one little cupboard, so like one little bin, because right now the bin has like some tablets and stuff, but then t-shirts and paperwork, and because when it's a mess, it's easy to just pile onto the mess. So that's my goal. Today, even though I haven't slept in, 30, I don't know, 35, 36 hours, because I just got off nights and I haven't really slept. That's my goal with this probably poor judgment, lack of sleep, third wind of energy feeling that I've got right now. Because if having mice in my car has taught me anything, it's that I need to tidy up and make it easier to clean the next time and the next time and the next time. So, wish me luck. It was taking me about half an hour, but I cleared out the 3 drawers in my dresser that had shirts, some short and some long sleeve, and 2 bins, 3 bins from my closet. One of them I have all my long sleeve shirts in now, and that seems pretty reasonable to have one bin of long sleeve shirts, so I'll probably keep those or not sort through those quite yet. Then I have a few shirts and sweatshirts and such that are more like nostalgic, like the graduation hoodie and different like nursing hoodies and stuff like that I'm keeping, not necessarily to wear, but I figure if I have one bin of like nostalgic stuff and then one bin of long sleeve shirts, and then I can sort through that pile, get rid of a bunch, make some pajama shirts, get rid of some pajama shirts, sort through the clothes that are good for like wearing out and about, and the ones that are like geeky shirts that I don't necessarily wear out, but I'll wear when I'm at home, like the Harry Potter shirts and the Star Wars shirts, and I'm self-conscious enough that I don't really wear those out and about, but that's kind of my preferred clothing for at home. So yeah, I have a giant pile. Some of it's duplicates, some of it's, well, most of it's not, but some of it's duplicates. So yeah, I've got my work cut out for me, but I've narrowed it down a little bit, and I've emptied 3 drawers in my dresser, and if they all have shirts, then that's fine. As long as everything fits, I'm not too worried about that. If I can have 2 with shirts and some with capris, that would make my life probably easier and probably better, but any progress is progress, I think. And so far, I have 1 garbage bag of stuff to send to Value Village, some clothes that just don't fit, some shirts that I just know I won't wear, and then a couple other just random things. So, work in progress. Well, it may still look messy, but a couple 3 hours, 4 hours of panic cleaning, and the room is better. I mean, the closet, I've got bins, I've got long sleeve shirts, capris, and shorts, and then like flannel pajamas and long sleeve pajamas that I don't need in the summer, but I will need. Still need to go through those, but I mean scrubs and long sleeve shirts, long pants that I have gone through fairly recently, and bras. I just need to go through everything that's kind of on the floor, which is quite a bit. I went through all of these bins. Some of them are pretty empty at this point now. Some of them still have some stuff in there, but I went through all of it, sprayed it all with this Microban disinfectant. I had have to go through these 2 bins, and then I have some stuff just hanging out on the floor here to go through. That toilet brush is a clean one that I got at Costco to replace one that I've got. Just next time I need a clean one. I don't have any idea why it's in my bedroom, but it is clean, never been used. I've got a bin of shoes to try on and go through tomorrow morning. And then I've got some long pants in this bin, just ones that I'm not going to be using over the summer. I've got some jeans out, but I don't need all of the long pants out. I do need to go through on top of my dresser, but I went through 4 of the 6 drawers. I got Life is Good t-shirts, and I've got my geeky t-shirts. There's an big empty area that I don't know. I might be able to combine some things. And I've got plain t-shirts and pajamas. These 2 I haven't gone through. Those are underwear and bras and stuff. I've done 2 loads of laundry, but my household is sleeping, so I'm not going to start any more until the morning. But I've got another full bag to do. The open bins in my closet, my cats like to sleep on those, so I took a whole bunch of those just because of their cat fur all over. I did some cleaning up under there. I can't vacuum yet because everybody's sleeping. It's after midnight. So I have stuff to pick up and a couple areas to clean. I have to clean that area. I've been keeping, it doesn't look super clean, but I've been keeping this area organized. But I'm thinking I'm going to get some of the protein bars that I don't have on an everyday basis and put those in the storage room instead of here, just out of paranoia. Not that critters couldn't come from the storage room, which is next to mine. That was more snacks in there. I was kind of paranoid. Since I'm a nurse, I was kind of paranoid that I would have to isolate from my family with the coronavirus. I haven't had to, but I tried to get a bunch of snacks that I could just make easily down here. I've got a microwave and a little mini fridge in the storage room, so I thought I could have those if I needed to. I'll work my way through those slowly but surely. I have to go through these bins. Luckily, I've got cat toys and cat treats in that one. I found cat treat bags. None of them are chewed at all, so I think that means that my room is pretty clear from any vermin. That's kind of my paranoia. I found some shirts that my cats had scratched up, but I think it was just their claw marks because they tried to get into the drawers and behind. If a drawer is left open, they try to get in there behind and they scratch things up. So pretty sure that's what that was. But it did make me get paranoid and go through each and every one of these drawers. My difficulty is right now that I do have plants in here, and that in itself is fine, but they do sometimes have dead leaves and stuff, and in my head that would make pretty good nesting material, so every time I see it I'm freaking out, but it's just dead leaves, there's nothing else. But it does make me super nervous. I went through, I'll have to do a final count tomorrow, but at least 4 bags to take to Value Village and at least 3 garbage bags. I won't have space in my local garbage, but hopefully over the course of the next couple of weeks I'll be able to kind of add 1 in each week, or a couple if I can manage. And then I've just put them outside my back door, just because I don't want them inside. I don't need bags of garbage and bags of stuff inside. But yeah, I'm exhausted. I've been up. It is 12 after 12 at night, and I have been up since 2:45. Let's see, I guess it's 12 after 12 Sunday morning. And I got up Friday at 2:45. So I'm friggin' exhausted, but I think I'll actually be able to sleep with the podcast going because I have raspberry bushes right outside my window that scrape up against the window and make some wonderful sounds that make me nervous, even though they don't need to, but they do. But this stuff, I don't know how well it works. I don't know how good it is for me to be breathing it in, but it makes me feel a heck of a lot better. I haven't found any like feces or urine or anything, so I'm really not that worried that they're in here, but I have pretty bad anxiety about a lot of things, so that's now one of them. So I'm going to be going through all of my shelves, all of my bins. Some of these things I just dumped into garbage bags. It's like if I haven't looked inside for enough years, then it must be that I don't need it. Haven't tackled that filing cabinet. It makes me nervous. I just have it in here because it's a good thing for my plant to sit on, and I don't have another sturdy option. And I've had this plant for well over 10 years. It's not like the healthiest of plants. It's like, I don't know how to take care of it, but it's still alive, so it must be okay. But yeah, terrified, anxious, but I might actually be able to sleep.